Hey everyone, Soundwave Spectre here. So all the time people come into my streams or my comment section, my Discord, and they say, oh, I've been thinking about streaming, or, I tried it once. And right here, I'm here to tell you, no matter who you are or what you are as a gamer, you should start streaming. Like right now. So I'm not going to tell you YouTube or Twitch. I'm not going to tell you what camera or OBS settings to use. I've only just crossed the 200 subscribers threshold myself. That's not to say that I'm not incredibly grateful for every single person who hit the subscribe button or even watched a fraction of my content for any moment of their day, because I appreciate anyone who does that. But I mean to say that as in I don't have the proven authority to tell anyone really technical or strategic tips about streaming, because I haven't really found that stride myself. What I am here to tell you, though, is that you need to simply start streaming. Or at least play games as if you are streaming. And I hope you'll indulge me as to why. Now, I don't know about you, but my friends and I seem to have the opinion that games just seem less fun these days. They're beautiful masterpieces visually. We can play across the world together seamlessly. And now as adults, we can buy whatever game we want, whenever. There's no begging from mom and dad to give us extra chores to buy a new game coming up. We literally don't have to be selective. We have jobs and cars. We just drive down to GameStop and get something totally new to try it out. Or even download it digitally. That's something that was never around when we were kids. But despite all that, gaming seems to be missing something. There's an air about it that's just less fun. And while, sure, modern gaming has been egregiously uninspired, lazy, and just plain greedy in games of late. That's kind of the trend that we're going with right now. It would be certainly disingenuous to say that gaming as a whole these days is completely garbage. The fact of the matter is, it's truly a mixed bag. Now we don't just have the unbridled joy of getting a game on a Friday night and playing it all weekend without a care in the world. There's never been a game for me like Metal Gear Solid 4 when I was a kid in high school on my PS3, where I beat it 21 times, and that was before my original PS3 died. Just played it non-stop every weekend. I would be listening to the mission briefings while I'm doing my homework, because they were really long. Now as adults, if you're anything like me, you'll have the controller in one hand and often the phone with the endless scroll of doom and gloom in the other. And when you're able to silence the phone and cut off the world completely, you still have the constant buzzing of troubles in your head. The bills that are coming up, the endless to-do list that you have tomorrow, those friends you don't get to see or talk to anymore because life just makes things difficult. It all gets very stifling. I've even put off games for years just because of how crappy I felt at the time of release. So Red Dead Redemption 1 is one of my favorite games of all time, and I still haven't touched Red Dead 2. I know the game is amazing. I know I will love it, but I haven't touched it because I know that life gets in the way, and I don't want to ruin the memory of Red Dead 1 with my own head. So I never even finished Horizon Zero Dawn because I started it, knew it was going to be amazing, but I couldn't give it the attention it deserved, so I put it down. I've personally fell into the malaise of just playing multiplayer games when friends are around, forcing myself to stay social and enjoy time with friends, though the medium with which we were hanging out seemed to be less of what it used to be. The value, for me, came from talking with friends and not so much the game, where it used to come from both. Personally, I'm more of a single-player story guy or a co-op. Co-op is actually my favorite way to play games. But lately, we've just been playing PvP multiplayer because it's pick-up and playable, and that's just the way the world's working. However, though, I do think I found the answer. For me, it's been streaming. I know that might sound silly to some, but when you turn on the camera, you have to be in the game. You have to give the game 100% of your focus, only briefly looking away to read the chat. When we were kids, we'd sit around the couch and watch a buddy play his Oblivion file or crush Star Fox 64. It was something we all did and loved. The trash talking when you screwed up the laughs you guys would have together at glitches, that's something streaming gives back to you. And when people are there and watching, or might come to watch, you can't spend time thinking about your life and your troubles. People can tell when a streamer isn't into the game. The genuine ones are always more entertaining. At least for me. I've found the only way to hush the insanity of the everyday and give me the true childlike experience of playing a game again that I missed so much in my years was, in fact, streaming. For me, especially today, marks a special occasion for my channel for a few reasons. I just broke 200 subscribers and I'm playing through Halo Infinite's campaign for the first time. While you can probably understand why the former is special, let me explain why the latter is as well. I started my channel back in September 2021. My wife and I picked up and moved cross country after me working out in a nursing home in New York during the craziness of the past few years. And I decided to start a YouTube channel while I was looking for work. It was something to do while I was sending out applications out. And I was not only trying to get a new job, but a completely different career path change in another state. The job search wasn't immediately taking off, and I caught a couple of no commentary videos on YouTube. Some games I liked, and I figured, oh, I'd totally start to do my own. Admittedly and shamefully, it came from a place of jealousy. It was kind of like well, these guys are doing it and getting paid for it, why can't I? And I really didn't find much success besides one series of a demo I did as Starship Troopers that blew up for me, but that's about it. Then one night, I had an epiphany at 2 in the morning to make audio description content. For those who might not have the vision to enjoy games like they used to, I wanted to give back to those who might not be fortunate to experience games the way most of us take for granted every day. It took 2 weeks working 12 hours a day to make the first series of an audio described video of Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered. It was a blast and the feedback was incredible. However, since this is like the nichest of niche markets and that most people don't even know to look for yet, I began to start making humor videos as well. And I began to start streaming for added exposure. I didn't really get any viewers until my first big break, which was a Halo Infinite stream at the apex of its popularity. My channel at the time had maybe 55 subscribers and rocketed up, at least in my terms, in a month to about 115. It was incredible. Eventually, we all know the Halo Infinite story right now. It started to really die out, and my viewership began to slip away. Some of my viewers suggested that I go through the campaign, and me being super particular about going through games in order couldn't handle that because I had to go play through them all first. So that's what I did instead. Growing up, I was a Sony pony. My only experience with Halo was going over friends' houses and getting absolutely decimated by the other kids that played every single day. So I went into it pretty, meh, like I'll try it, whatever. But I fell in absolute love with the series. I had begun to meet people online and in my Discord who began to show up every day. Shout out to Leonhardt and Crispy and all the others that joined along the way. They would show up every day just the way my friends and I would go into my basement after school and play Smash for hours. They gave me tips and tricks and lore along the way. It was almost as if I was a kid and my friends were coming over around the couch and sitting with me. It was surreal, and not only did I get to experience the series that people have been talking about for 20 years, but I'm sure they got to experience showing a new friend a cool game. I've long held the belief that gaming is a power for good, and that it brings people together, but I didn't realize how much I've lost it personally, despite gaming every single day until I started streaming. So I implore you to start streaming, or at least play as if someone is watching. Even if you know that no one is, you owe it to yourself. Even if you don't have a camera, just hit that go live button directly from your console and give it a shot. I think you'll enjoy yourself. So thanks for watching again, guys. I'm Soundwave Spectre, and I hope you'll start. What's the worst that could happen after all? I mean, you play a game, the worst case scenario, you play a game. Best case scenario, you're the next big streamer. And just be sure to tell them that Soundwave Spectre sent you when you're at the top, okay? Join the Discord and promo yourself. I'd love to watch you play just because I love video games. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I can't wait to see your first live stream. Peace.